Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Bash Bender coming at you from the Bender Building, and I just finished watching the latest Nintendo Direct Mini that came out, and I wanted to talk to you guys about it. Wanted to give you my thoughts, my reactions on the whole thing, and where I think it's going to go. It's an amazing time to be a Nintendo fan, and most notably a Nintendo Switch owner. This entire Nintendo Direct Mini was directed towards the Switch. They mentioned like one or two tiny little things about the 3DS, but barely at all. It was pretty much all Switch, 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 and I couldn't be happier. They came out. They started off with a pretty big announcement, I would think. They announced that The World Ends With You is going to be coming to the Switch. Now, if you don't know what that is, it is a Nintendo DS title and a pretty renowned one as well. Most people have it at least in their top 10 list, if not up towards the top of it or the number one. A lot of people regard this as a great Nintendo DS game, and that tells me two things. A, I get to play a game I've never played, so fun. But on top of that, that means that Nintendo is open to the possibility of putting DS games on the Switch. So that opens up just a much bigger library. And I'm even going to touch on that more in just a second here. But it's just really nice to see that not only are they bringing out all these new titles and everything like that, they're revisiting things that maybe you didn't get to play or that were super great hits on the DS, and they're bringing it out here. They're notorious for doing stuff like that with backwards compatibility and always improving things with their HD collections or their deluxe editions and things like that, which we've got some more coming, and just really excited for it. The next up, the one that really stood out to me was Kirby. I was excited for that. You know, the gameplay, it looks bright, colorful. They were talking about the abilities that they're putting into it, but what really stood out to me was the date. That one's coming out March 25th, so it's right around the corner, and I can't wait for it. We haven't had a good Kirby title in a little while, so I'm looking forward to that. I mean, there's the 3DS versions, but I'm talking a full-fledged, on-the-TV Kirby game with also the ability of being portable since the Switch is so awesome and it does both. Additionally, we've got a new RPG coming out. They put out a trailer for Ys, which I guess is on the PS4. I'm not sure if it's on the Xbox One, but Ys is coming to the Nintendo Switch. So we've got that. Xenoblade Chronicles just dropped. So, you know, RPGs are no stranger to the Switch. And, you know, Legend of Zelda, another great RPG there. So they're bringing out these titles that people are really looking forward to, stuff that's tried and true on other consoles as well as their new content, and I couldn't be more excited. They also announced Mario Tennis Aces. Now, that one looks really good to me. You know, take it or leave it how you want with sports titles. I don't really play them myself, but I do really like Nintendo and Mario themed sports titles. Mario Golf, previous Mario Tennises. I even still play Mario Tennis on my Virtual Boy from time to time because even that's a really good experience. Just really excited for that. Plus, it has a story mode in it now. They almost kind of did what Golf Story did as an indie title. You know, it has a story mode and boss battles and all that, but it's a tennis game. So, way to go, Nintendo. Just, you know, another title I'm looking forward to. They announced a couple fighting games. I'm really not looking too forward to the first two. They announced SNK and then another throwback Neo Geo game. But the one that stood out to me was Pokken Tournament. I do not own that game. It's one I've been meaning to pick up, but they're adding additional content to it. So they're adding more fighters, more abilities, things like that, and just constantly working on their games and their product. And I love seeing that. So Pokken Tournament has been on my radar. There was still no mention of a full-fledged Pokemon game, but you know, they are adding to what they have, and we did get, if you remember, that small announcement from E3 that they said they were working on something, but we're probably not going to hear about it for a while anyway. So that was looking pretty good. The next thing that came up that not 100% sure how I feel about it, Payday 2. Payday 2's been out for a long time, so it's really nice to see it on the Switch, and because it's been out for a long time, that means that, you know, they've obviously had time to work on it, make sure the porting is good, and it should be a solid experience. It's just, that's a game that's been around, you know? I mean, so I'm not gonna say it's a disappointment, but it's also not super exciting at the same time. It's payday, you know. It's there. It does have a co-op mode, which should probably be pretty fun. It does local co-op and online, so that should add the Nintendo Switch twist to it. So it could be a pretty good experience. I'm gonna keep my eyes on that one. It's not something I'm gonna pick up right away, but it was interesting. Another thing they added, which was just so great, we got a couple of ports coming out. We got Hyrule Warriors and Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. Now, some people might be saying that, oh, well, it's, you know, more ports, more Wii U ports, da-da-da-da-da, you know. Well, not a lot of people owned a Wii U. I don't own one, and there's a lot of games on there I didn't get to play. So I actually really enjoy the ports that are coming out because these are experiences that I've never had. You know, with Mario Kart Deluxe, Splatoon 2 is essentially a port of the first one with, you know, added content. And Hyrule Warriors is the exact same thing. They're porting that over from the Wii U, but they're also adding in the Wii U content and the 3DS content, plus new Switch content. Now, going back to the beginning of the video, they're adding 3DS content to the Switch. This tells me once again that we're more than likely going to be seeing a lot of DS and 3DS stuff coming onto the Switch, and that's so incredible. Like, can we please get Zelda: A Link Between Worlds on the Switch? Oh, that'd be so great. Plus other games that we didn't get to play. I mean, you know, well, no, we did get Super Mario 3D World, so I guess that's kind of 3D Land. That's where I was going with that, but either way, to see DS games and 3DS games coming to the Switch, that's just really awesome to me. Plus, you know, Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, a game I've never played. I do love the Donkey Kong series, and then, you know, I didn't have a Wii U. I think the Wii U only sold like 13 million units total. Less than the GameCube sold, and most people regard that as a failed console. But it gives a lot of people more opportunities to play these games that they never got the opportunity to play. Not to mention, if they continue on this trend of porting over games from the Wii U, Super Mario Maker. I want to play that game so bad, and to see one come out on the Switch would just be incredible. So, Nintendo, bring out Super Mario Maker. I'm looking at you. Another big announcement they made was they're adding content to two games, Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle and Super Mario Odyssey. We've got DLC content coming to these. They're adding new play modes and Donkey Kong to Mario Rabbids, and this was one of my favorite games of 2017. I absolutely loved this game, so extra DLC on here. Can't wait for it. And then on top of that, they're adding a, what is it? They call it balloon mode or something like that. You basically hide and find balloons in Super Mario Odyssey. And this is going to be a free DLC. I don't think the Mario Rabbids DLC is free, but all the same, it should be entertaining. This, however, is going to be a free download. So Nintendo's even giving you extra free content for some of the games that we've already picked up. So I'm really looking forward to that. And then at the end of the video, they gave a real quick trailer for Dark Souls Remastered. Now, this one I am on the fence about. I'm excited for it. I've played a little bit of Dark Souls. I mean, I definitely know about the difficulty and things like that, but it seems like a really fun series that I want to check out. Now, where I'm a little bit worried about this is third-party ports aren't necessarily 100% when it comes to the Switch, because this thing is not, it's not as powered as the PS4 and the Xbox One. I mean, look at it. You know, it's the size of two phones. I hope people don't really expect it to be, you know, to that standard, but that gets to be a little bit of a problem because some of the ports on the Switch are amazing. Like the Doom port, I've heard good things about. Haven't played it myself, but even though it's running at 30 frames per second as opposed to 60, it's still running 1080p, and apparently it runs very fluid. As well as the Resident Evil port, I heard that one was really good. Haven't played it again, but it's one I'm looking forward to picking up. But there's other ports that aren't doing so well. Like the LA Noire port is not as good as the Xbox One and the PS4 remasters. But then on top of that, if you've been paying attention to what's been going on, the 2K games are horrible. Now, it could just be the way that they're programmed, I'm not sure. But WWE 2K18 is a broken game. Your frame rate gets down to as low as like 6 frames per second when you're playing like Royal Rumble or something like that. And I've heard all kinds of problems about NBA 2K as well. So these multi-plat ports are kind of a little bit of a concern for me. Now Doom, that one was able to be ported because, I mean, that came out on the 360. So that one was probably a little bit easier of a port, but when you're talking about these, you know, HD remasters and stuff like that, they're not holding up necessarily to the Xbox One or the PS4. So I'm not going to pick up Dark Souls right away, but it is one I'm going to keep my eye on. So check back with your buddy Bash if you're interested in that game. I'll do some updates on it and we'll go from there. But all in all, it's an exciting time to be a Nintendo fan and a Switch owner, you know, and I got a special surprise for you guys. I mentioned a little bit of it in the last video, and since this entire video is about Nintendo and Mario, we have got a box of Super Mario cereal, and we're going to be giving that away on the channel today. This stuff, if you've been keeping your eye on it, is relatively difficult to find in grocery stores. I think most grocery stores are only getting like 1, maybe 2 cases at a time, and they're selling out right away, mostly to, I think, collectors and scalpers. You know, this stuff's running about 15 to 20 bucks a box on eBay, and it's really, really difficult to come across. So what we're going to do here on the channel today is do a giveaway for a free box of Super Mario cereal. Today is Friday, January 12th? Yeah, January 12th, 2018. And we're going to run this contest all the way until next Friday, January 19th, midnight Eastern Standard Time. Now, what you have to do to enter this contest is pretty simple. It's be subscribed to the channel, like this video, and leave a comment down below. You can leave any comment you want, but I'll throw a topic out there for you. What games are you looking forward to from the Switch? Are you looking for new games? Are you looking for ported Wii U titles like Super Mario Maker? Just throw any old comment in the comment section, but maybe start with that one. But yeah, we're going to run this contest for this cereal all the way until next Friday. Like I said, be subscribed, like this video, leave a comment down below, and that will enter you into a chance to win this. And then I'll probably have some videos in between announcing the winner, and then we'll do that sometime after the contest ends, and then I'll get it all shipped out, and we're going to do that. So just want to do an update on the Nintendo Direct Mini. Wish you guys luck in the contest. It's a great time to be a Nintendo owner, and stay tuned to stay tuned till next time, where it always has been and it always will be, Bash Bender.